Shalom, shalom. I want to begin the lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all the truth and the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat, back with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, brother thumb to you, sincere account, Wath, and sincere shalom to you, brothers. Out there pushing this truth, out there on the highways and the byways, and through YouTube, blessings, man, shalom to you all. Lord willing, this will be edifying, alright, to a hopeful elect out there. So, I'm going to start by, this basically is going to be about, do men have to provide fully for women? Do men have to fully provide for women? And the answer to that question in all simplicity is no. Alright, now one scripture they do, a lot of people try to go to try to say we're wrong, is the book of Exodus. But as we know, the Bible does not contradict itself. Alright, so Exodus 21:10. If you take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. Or shall he not diminish? And if you do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money. Alright, so that's what they always try to use to say, well, you're supposed to provide, and if you don't, you can divorce. Well, that was for these times because Moses knew that regardless, the Israelites were going to be rebellious and wicked, and they were going to do divorce and things of that sort anyway. Right? So that's why the Lord had this in place. Pretty much. Right? So, but if you do take on another wife, you do have to still or maintain and stay consistent of how you were dealing with your wife prior to receiving another one. Right? So, just to prove that we don't have to take care of you, fully, and to show you what we do have to take care of concerning you, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 4 and verse 1. It's going to be a quick one. It says, a remnant prepared, Isaiah 4 and 1. And in that day, 7 women, which means the completion of women, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. We eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right? So we won't have to provide for you bread in a time of all hell breaking loose. We won't have to provide clothes for you to wear. We only have to give you our name, which is becoming married, which is through sex, to take away your shame. That's it. That's all we have to provide for you, our name. And by us giving you our name, that gives you a hedge of protection in a time of trouble. So that further shows you we do not have to provide fully provide for you women. That's never been in the scriptures, man. Now, are we responsible for you if we take you on as a wife? Absolutely. And you can't diminish your duty to your first wife when you take on another wife. Also, probably wouldn't be beneficial to take on another wife. But to sit here and say we have to fully take care of you is diabolical, especially given the economy that we're living in. Now, some brothers may be able to handle that, but most brothers ain't getting paid like that, right? So we are only ordered to provide for you protection. We don't have to give you all that extra stuff. You're supposed to provide that stuff for yourself. And last time I checked, we're not a helpmate to you. Like the woman said in the video TikTok I played yesterday, how you gonna help me? Well, we're not your helpmate, you're our helpmate. So you're supposed to do stuff that helps us, that takes things off of our plate. We're not here to take stuff off your plate. You're here to take things off of our plate. Right? Now when you go to the book of Isaiah, 33:6, and it reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. In strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right, the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. All right, so that wisdom and knowledge, which is gained through fearing the Lord, you have to fear the Lord first in order to obtain that. It's going to be the stability of thy times. All right, it's going to be the stability of thy times. What times? The time of Jacob's trouble, the time where all hell's going to break loose. It's going to keep us stable. Is having that wisdom and knowledge, knowing why these things are going on, knowing why these events are taking place, understanding what comes after, understanding how to maneuver in those times. You have to have the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in order to get through. Right? It says, and strength of salvation, because having that wisdom and knowledge, that is the strength of our salvation, because it actually notifies us on how to obtain salvation. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is his treasure. That's our treasure. That's our most prized possession, right? So that's that strength. That's what's going to keep us stable. And a stable mind is protection beyond matters, all right, in Jacob's trouble. So when you go to chapter 32, Isaiah 32, and start at verse 1, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." Talking about Israelites, with the men of the Lord. "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind," all right, "and a covert from the tempest." So we're going to be a hiding place from the wind. We're going to be a covert, meaning a covering from the storm. That's what a man's going to do. So what does that sound like? A hedge of protection. Just like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is our hedge of protection, we're going to be your hedge of protection. As rivers of water in a dry place, how often is it, or what are the odds that you're going to find rivers of water in a dry place? It's going to be very rare. Little to no chance, right? In a desert land. So, and it says there's a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So meaning finding these certain individuals, these certain men that are going to be this covert from the tempest, right? This hiding place from the wind is going to be hard to find. That's why the value is going to go up. When you go to the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12, what does it say? "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even than the golden wedge of Ophir." All right, that's what the Lord said. And that's not about any man. That's not talking about Pookie Ray Ray. I'm not talking about your neighborhood, friendly neighborhood YN. No. It's talking about a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, a prophet, a man of the Lord. And it's going to be hard to come by. That's why the value is going to go up. Something that is a very low number tends to have a high value, right? So let's read that again. "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." So our job, what we have to provide for you, is protection. Outside of that, we don't have to provide shit. You're going to be providing that stuff on your own, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble. How are you taking stuff off a brother's plate by coming into his life 9 times out of 10 giving him used up box? Alright? Used pussy. And then he got to take full care of you, like he's taking on full custody of a child. That's bullshit. You ain't taking nothing off their brother's plate at that point. Just a panhandler. Anyway, so yeah, that was just a quick one, man. You know, I hope and pray that this was edifying to the hopeful elect. I want to close giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth and spread spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And until next time, Abba Bo, Kwam Yasharala, Gadol Abadium, Lababal Hagadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wa Habathum. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shalom.